Welcome to Service Vedic Academy. Today we are going to see what is fractions and what is percentage, and we can discuss about types of fractions here. What do you mean by fraction? Fraction is nothing but representation of a number with respect to the wholes. Suppose we are having a whole cake with us. In this cake, we are going to split this cake into 4 equal parts. Out of this 4 equal parts, if you shade 3 equal parts, means we can represent this scenario in terms of part by whole. Here, see, in the denominator, we are representing the total number of equal partitions. Here in this figure, how many total number of equal partitions are there? 4 equal partitions. Out of this 4 equal partitions, 3 parts are set. So we can represent it in the numerator. So this is nothing but the part by whole representation. This is the nothing but the part by whole representation. We can represent all these figures this 3 by 4. See here in this figure, out of 4 partitions we have shaded 3 portions. Likewise, we can define percentage also. Percentage is nothing but out of 100 equal parts. So in percentage, the denominator always should be 0. So out of 100 equal parts, how many parts we are taking, how many parts we are shading, we can represent it in the numerator. So in percentage, always we can replace this 1 by 100 by terms of a symbol called this percentage. Okay, here 20 by 5 by 100, which is nothing but 25 percentage. This percentage represents out of 100 we are shading 25. So now we are going to discuss what are all the types of fractions we have with us. Primary, the fractions are divided into 2 types, which is nothing but proper and improper fraction. How can you easily identify proper and improper fraction? Means if the numerator is less than the denominator, numerator means the portion above this line. Numerator is less than denominator means we can say that it is a proper fraction. If the numerator is greater than denominator means we can say it as improper fraction. See here, I can explain it with the example. See, out of 4 equal parts, if you want to shade 3 equal parts, we can represent it in a single figure, because here out of 4 equal parts we are shading 3 equal parts, so numerator is less than denominator. But how can we represent improper fraction? Means here this numerator is greater than denominator. So how can you represent it in a single figure? We can't able to represent it in a single figure. So instead of shading, this 5 can be split into 4 plus 1. So out of 4 equal parts, all the 4 equal parts are shaded, and the remaining one part we can shade it with a different figure. Out of this 4 equal parts we are shading one part. So improper fraction cannot be represented in a single figure. This is the idea behind this, to identify improper fraction. Then here also there is no whole numbers are there, but in improper fraction there are whole numbers. Let me explain it later. Thus, next comes and this mixed fraction. Mixed fraction is another representation of an improper fraction. If you want to write the wholes separately, see here 5 by 4, which can be splitted into 4 by 4. Out of 4 equal parts, 4 equal parts are shaded. In the another figure, out of 4 equal parts, one figure is 1 by 4 is shaded. This 4 by 4 can be replaced as 1. This is the whole one figure. So if you represented it as whole ones, and the remaining figure out of 4 if you shade one portion means this representation is called mixed fraction. In my next video, let me explain how to convert this improper fraction to mixed fraction and this mixed fraction to improper fraction. Then improper mixed fraction is nothing but the just another representation of the improper fraction. Okay, let me explain another two fractions also, which is the prime fractional types, which is used to convert or calculate fractions, which is nothing but like and unlike fractions. Like means from the name itself we can identify if the two fractions have same denominator, we can say that it is a like fraction. If two fractions have different denominator, we can say that it is an unlike fraction. We can, why? Because we have to identify this means we can calculate or convert or add or subtract only like fractions easily. So in my next videos, let me explain how to convert this like fractions to unlike fractions or unlike fractions to like fractions easily. Next type is nothing but equivalent fraction. Here let me give an explanation. Equivalent fractions means it has different numerators and denominators but have the same value. Means here see, we can see with an example 1 by 3 is the prime fraction. This is a proper fraction. How can we collect the equivalent fractions? Means if you multiply and divide in the numerator by 2 and 2, we can get 1 times 2 is 2 and 2 times 3 is 6. So this is an equivalent fraction for 1 by 3. Likewise, if you multiply this 1 by 3 in the numerator, if you multiply by 3 and divide by 3 means 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. Likewise, if you multiply by 4 and 4 means we can get 4 by 12. Likewise, we can collect all the equivalent fractions. We can do it in the reverse way also. If 4 by 12 is a fraction means we can factorize this numerator 1 times 4 and factorize this denominator, which is nothing but 3 times 4. If you cancel the common factor on the numerator and denominator, we can get this equivalent value. So 1 by 3 is equivalent to 4 by 12. This is nothing but equivalent fractions. Another fraction is that which is nothing but decimal fractions. How can you identify this decimal fractions? Means deci means 10. If the denominator are in the powers of 10 like that, 10, 100, 1000 like that, we can call this type of fractions as decimal fraction. Now let me consolidate all the things. If the numerator is less than denominator, we can say it's a proper fraction. If the numerator is greater than denominator, it's an improper fraction. If it has same denominators, we can call it as like fraction. If it has different denominators, we can call it as unlike fraction. If we factorize and cancel the common terms, we can get another fraction which is nothing but an equivalent fraction. If the denominators are in powers of 10, we can call it as an decimal fraction. Let me end the video. Thank you for watching my video.